just they own a job, they just focus on the day-to-day operations and they don't have a set goal, like as we talked about number one. And top five reasons why businesses go under. Very common, very simple. It's just really hard to put them into action. They're very simple concepts, so like I said, it's just really hard to implement them into your business, your life. So number one is not planning. Um, so when you don't have a goal, when you don't, even a simple goal for a day, you become reactive. I know about 85% of people wake up, and instead of giving thanks that they woke up, they go on their phone, they check it, and they become reactive. Whether you like it or not, your brain reacts to whatever it is that you're looking at. Whether it's a Instagram post, whether it's a email, a text message, a picture. So if you don't have a plan, you definitely will become reactive. And now a lot of these, well, pretty much all of them, they go together. So if it sounds like I'm kind of saying the same thing over and over again, it's not that I'm not. It's just one goes on top of the other, which goes on top of the other. So that's why they're the top five. And they're very crucial. I mean, if you don't have one of these, or if one of these isn't dialed in, you're definitely going to see a loss in profits. And loss in profits just means you have less marketing money, less advertising money, all kinds of stuff. So it definitely impacts the entire business model. So number two is not working on your business. And I get asked all the time, well, what's the difference between working in and working on? So when you work in your business, you own a job. Pretty much what that means is you're not making sure that business expands and it grows. You're not focusing on the marketing side. You're not focusing on your actual invoices, anything. You're literally just working. And most people that say they're business owners, they don't grow because they own a job. They just focus on the day-to-day operations and they don't have a set goal, like we talked about number one. And they don't work on their business. So working on your business is something as simple as putting together a marketing campaign. Now, you might feel like I'm a small business, I don't need a marketing campaign, but you'll be honest, man. I'll be honest, you definitely do need a marketing campaign. Something as simple as posting on Instagram, on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, that's a marketing campaign. It's not as big or as elaborate as some of the major companies, but it's definitely gonna bring in that bottom line revenue. And that kind of brings me into the third one, which is focusing too much time on sales. And trust me, all of this stuff that I'm talking about, I actually lived through it. I actually experienced it. So I'm trying to save you some time and some heartache, and definitely some headache. So like I said, focusing on just sales. Now I'm gonna have some lashback, and people are gonna say, well, don't you want sales? Yeah, you do want sales, but you also want those customers to be fulfilled at a very efficient rate. So what that means is you're not taking a bunch of customers in, and you have no system. So it pretty much comes down to working on systems. Number three is just make sure that you have a system on how to get your actual lead, how to fulfill the lead, how to actually, most people, the reason why we're dominating in this area now is because most of our competitors, they don't go and check up on their actual customers, their previous customers. So I mean, a lot of customers, they want feedback. They want to give their feedback. And I mean, we definitely have reviews, but they literally feel like when you go out there and you reach out and you say, hey, it's been a month, is there anything else I could help you with? So instead of focusing just on sales, focus on actual systems that are gonna make your whole business more efficient. Something that we like to implement is in the morning we gas everything up, and we make sure that we have our trimmers ready. We make sure that everything's sharpened. We make sure that everything is tip top, ready for the day. So that way, when we get to the work site, we don't get there and, oh my God, we forgot to sharpen this. It's dull. It's not working. So something as simple as that, just preparing for what you're doing for the day is definitely going to make you more efficient, and it's going to make whoever you're working with happy, because they don't have to deal with a machine that's breaking down. So all those are systems, and systems kind of go into culture. So if you have good systems and you're efficient, you're definitely going to be developing a really good work culture, and people are going to want to stick around with you because you know what you're doing. So in return, it makes their life easier. So that way they're not worried about, do I have to know a little bit of wrenching just so that I can get this machine to work. So number 4 is spending time in the wrong things, the wrong place. As a business owner, I know you want to have your hand pretty much touch the whole aspect of the business. But let's be honest, man. If you have to make sure that everything is working properly, is functioning, then you're not running a business. A business is, you could go ahead and not worry about it, step out for a week or two, and it'll still be generating revenue. So that's what you want to get it to. So the only way you're going to get there is if you start implementing systems, so that way the business depends less and less on you, and you have more free time. Because let's be honest, man, we started the business so we could have free time with our friends, our family, and that liberty. So if just try not to focus on the small stuff, the micro stuff that doesn't really change the needle, and the cash flow side. Speaking of cash flow, that's where most businesses kind of fail. That they know that there's cash flow, but they don't realize that there's also negative cash flow. And I have a little chart that I want to use, and so we'll break it down real quick. So if you really want to get accurate with this, which I would, if I would put your numbers in for your business, but you want to have the COO, which stands for cost of operations. A lot of businesses don't realize that they have a cost of operations, or if they do, they don't really take the time to determine what that number is. For us, we know that our cost of operations per hour comes out to about $11. So whatever it is that we're charging within an hour, we deduct $11, because that's what it's taking us to run that business. And so a lot of customers, a lot of business owners think that just because they charge, let's say easy numbers, $100, that this is all profit. And they just deduct their labor, because labor, if you're running a successful, efficient business, you need to know your labor costs as well. So the minimum wage here in California is it's $15.50, I believe. So that comes out to about like 25 cents a minute. We estimate our time. So that's for minimum wage, 25 cents. We at our company, we estimate our time at $1.50. So that's $1.50. So before we even touch like actual profits, we deduct our cost of operations, and then after we do that, then we deduct the labor. We do start off with minimum wage, but we incentivize the actual worker by providing paid for performance. So the more efficient they are, the more money they make. So some actual workers end up making $25, $27 an hour, which is, I mean, just to do lawn care, that's amazing. So yeah, but the only reason we're able to do that and not lose money is because we know our cost of operations. So yeah, that's pretty much all you really want to know for this side. I mean, this is very simple but very complex, just because you have to, yeah, you literally have to watch your spending, how much you spend, where you're spending at, where you're allocating your time, your money, your resources, and it takes a long time to figure out your cost of operations. So that a lot of a lot of business owners, they end up doing it for about a week, and let me tell you, man, week by week, I mean, things change all the time. So we ended up doing it for about a year, and let me tell you, it was hard. But that's why we got to this number. We know that $11, no matter what, will definitely bring us profits. So yeah, I mean, it's fairly, like I said, it's fairly simple. All of these are very common sense, but it's really hard to implement, especially on a regular basis. So if you got any questions, feel free to write them, give us a comment, and then we'll try to answer it as efficient as we can. So yeah, if you have any questions or if you like the video, please comment, like, and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep on making these videos, just because I genuinely want to help everybody. You know, I want to save you from my struggles. Trust me, like, it's hard, especially if you don't know, if you have no aim. This video is specifically for you.